Hey Martin, it's Andreas here. Thank you for reaching out. All right, so what I want to do is I want to run through drills, all right? Now, they're going to be for different things, but I think what I really want to do is give you options, all right? I'll give you my preferred options, the drills that I see work the most, and then afterwards, sometimes they don't work, and I'll go to a different one, all right? So basically, I want to give you options for when you practice, so you have different solutions to change the same things. Because really what I'm looking at is more about you not moving laterally enough and not being closed enough early enough on the downswing, which is causing you to look a little spinny, all right? Now, I think a lot of that comes from the arms not being deep enough, really, from you not turning your shoulders enough, and from you not externally rotating your trail shoulder enough, from you flexing your arm too much, and from you not retracting your shoulder blade enough, so moving this thing around, right? All these things would give you, if you look at this, if I externally rotate the right shoulder, if I extend the arm, if I retract the shoulder blade, and I turn, my hands would be really deep, right? If I don't turn as much, if I start flexing my arm, if I internally rotate it, and I don't retract the shoulder blade, all of a sudden, I don't have a lot of depth, right? So I think these things come from that. Now, I want to start with the pivot exercises, right? I already showed you one, which was the ball up against the wall, right? I think that's a really good one to feel like you've turned a lot, and as soon as you lift your left foot, you're going to fall onto it, right? That would be one of the ways to do it. Now, another one that I really like is a pivot drill, where you basically take the golf club, put it underneath your right kneecap and above your left kneecap right here, and you start pivoting like this, right? You start making practice swings just like this. As soon as you get to here, you fall onto your lead foot without pushing on this thing, right? So you're going to go back and fall, like this. This also helps your pelvis regain flexion on the downswing. So when you start extending, you're not going to extend towards the golf ball, right? So that would be the first way of doing this. Make sure that you have a full turn and you don't end up pushing this direction, right? So you basically just leave this gap right here. So it's almost like there's a hole between your legs when you start your transition. That'd be the first way to do it. Now, a good way to practice this would be basically doing some of those and then hit some golf balls where you go all the way back and you feel like you fall into your lead foot with your back against the target, because you're almost going to turn away while moving forwards. And that can be sometimes a little bit hard to coordinate. I'll go like this. And make sure you get all the way, you have your back turned all the way to the target, right? It's going to go. What that's going to do in and of itself, if it's going to help you swing more out on the golf ball, it's going to lower your P5, your arm's going to be more in. So when you follow through, you're going to swing more out. It's going to help you push the ball more and draw it more, all right? So that would be the first way. The other way would be the ball. Now, these two things is the best way I know how to do the pivot drills, right? So I do that. Then I want to go to the trail arm. Now, a couple of ways to practice the trail arm would be to start with a left underneath the right drill. So that would be taking your left hand, putting it underneath your right arm, just above your elbow joint, and swing back and feel this. Now, you don't want this thing too close, right? So it's going to feel like a fairly straight arm at the top of the backswing, but that way you get the external rotation of the right shoulder. I would hit some balls like this, or maybe even doing some practice swings like this. Again, make sure you get a full turn. Hit that one, not solid. I'm going to try again. That's better. But practice this to get a feel for how your right arm should work. Now, if that doesn't work, I'd do another one. The one I'd do then would be just, again, a one-handed drill where you feel like your upper arm, your right upper arm stays on your body, and you make this thing swing back so it moves all the way around you. From the face on view, it look like this. Again, you should be able to see your right shoulder blade. Get some feels for that. Then swing back, put your left hand on it like this, and then hit, all right? So it's going to go like this. That'd be another way to practice the right arm, all right? See which one you like the most. Last way to practice this would be taking I've taken a chopstick, but you could take a small alignment rod or something, put it underneath your right armpit, make sure it's parallel to the ground, and when you swing back, make sure that your left arm doesn't touch this thing and you don't drop the chopstick. Like this. Again, you'll need to make a full shoulder turn. And that should, again, help you retract the right shoulder blade, help you keep your right shoulder more external, which would, again, both lower your arms from 3 to 5, or basically 3 to 4. So 5, the arms are more in, and start hitting balls like this. Now, those would be the drills that do. I want to add in for you, just because you seem the right foot's pretty important. I think, my experience tells me that this pivot takes care of the right foot and how it should work, all right? Now, there's a chance it doesn't, and I think one of the best ways to do it is the bowler drill like you showed, like this, right? But another way of doing that is to lift up the toes in your right shoe. And what I mean by that is basically hitting shots where you set up like this, and then you feel like you lift your toes. Foot's because they're going to be on the ground, but you lift your toes in the foot inside the shoe, and you go back, and you basically can't touch the ground with your toes until after impact. So this is just a bonus drill, all right? This is not something that I would actually want you to work on, but it's a different way of practicing not moving in towards the golf ball. So set up, normally lift your toes and hit like that. That would also help you out, all right? But I think the most important part is this pivot, actually turning away from the target while from about P3, left arm parallel, falling towards it, all right? That should certainly help you swing way more out of the golf ball, right? That should also help you have your arm lower. Now, you need a little bit more of this as well, and you should be great, all right? I hope all this makes sense. Please let me know if you have any questions, all right? Have fun with your practice. Bye.